it has been 3 years since a high-profile murder in Sri Lanka rocked the insurance sector of the country. But 3 years on, it appears that people and authorities have forgotten about Dinesh Shafter, especially after all the twists and turns since the day this tragedy unfolded. 15th December 2022. In the middle of the day, Shafter left his home in Colombo for a meeting with Brian Thomas, a former cricket commentator well known in Sri Lanka. Thomas had taken a loan of close to 1.5 billion Sri Lankan rupees from Shafter, but he had failed to return the money. So the Janashakti Insurance Company director had to meet the commentator for just half an hour in this regard. But Shafter never came home. His wife, Tani Shafter, got worried and called her husband's number several times, but she got no response. Tani then checked his location using GPS, and his location worried her even more. She saw Shafter's location at Borella Cemetery, which was just around 10 minutes from their home in Colombo. Tani then called Krish Pereira, her husband's friend, and asked him to go to the cemetery. What Pereira found was horrifying. The businessman found Shafter's car at a remote corner of the cemetery, and Shafter himself tied to the driver's seat. It appears Dinesh Shafter was still alive when Pereira found him, because reports say that he screamed for help and, with the aid of 2 cemetery workers, got Shafter out and rushed him to the hospital. But the doctors could not save him. Soon after, Borella police began investigating this case as a possible murder. But soon after the investigation began, police transferred the case to Criminal Investigation Department's Gang Robbery and Homicide Division. Almost immediately, Brian Thomas became a suspect for 2 reasons. First, it was the ex-commentator that Shafter headed out to meet. Second, the failure to pay back the loan. In the past, Thomas had been in custody after Shafter filed a case for non-payment. But as the probe went on, authorities reached the conclusion that Thomas was in fact home on that fateful day. They also did not find anything suspicious in his phone records. However, Shafter's family believe Thomas is involved in the businessman's murder and allege that the commentator had carried out the murder with someone else's help. For CID, the Thomas angle still remains closed. From that moment on, the investigation came under even more scrutiny for all kinds of plot twists and open ends in the probe, which officials never really followed up on. Let's break this down. The biggest twist in this case revolves around forensic reports. Yes, reports, since there was more than one. And to everyone's surprise, the versions were in complete contradiction to each other. Now, the first forensic report came on December 17, 2022, 2 days after the alleged murder. It stated the cause of death as asphyxiation due to strangulation with a wire, a case of premeditated murder. 10 days after, on December 25th, investigators reached Dinesh Shafter's home to conduct a search. The CID said that analysts found several strange items there. The objects apparently included a piece of wire, which CID said was similar to the one Shafter was found tied with. They also said that they found 8 plastic handcuffs, which were again allegedly similar to the plastic zip ties used to strangle Shafter. Then, on February 8, 2023, came a major plot twist. Another forensic report came out. Now, this is presented by the same officer who made the first forensic report. But the second analysis concluded Shafter's death as a case of possible suicide. Complete 180-degree turnaround. The report in question stated Shafter's cause of death was not by strangulation, but that he died by ingesting cyanide. The CID added an angle of financial distress to this report and further cemented this new angle of suicide. But the Shafter family had a strong legal team since the beginning who took the matter to court and questioned this new suicide allegation. As the legal battle ensued, the court went on to order the formation of a special medical panel to independently verify the cause of Dinesh Shafter's death. On August 8, 2023, Colombo Court said that it will announce a verdict on the nature of Shafter's death after receiving and reviewing the 5-member expert medical panel's report. For months, nothing happened. Finally, a breakthrough on November 2, 2023. The court ruled Dinesh Shafter's death as a crime, saying that it was in fact a murder. The bench in its order called for investigating agencies to find and bring to justice the killers. Till date, the death remains largely unsolved. And there are questions about this. Have the officials investigating the case truly reached a dead end on it? Or is the delay a planned tactic? Are there powerful people involved in the case? If so, who are they? And why do they want to bury the truth about Dinesh Shafter's death?